Hey guys, CarbonShadow here. It's Sunday afternoon, which can only mean one thing. It's time for episode 5 of Carbon's Tidbits. Let's do this. It is week 8 of 2015 and that means more video gaming news, and the first one I'm throwing at you regards Sony regaining ownership of The Last Guardian's trademark after a successful petition. Apparently, the game is still alive. If you guys don't know what The Last Guardian is or have not heard of this game, it has been in development since 2007 and was formally announced at the 2009 Electronic Entertainment Expo with a planned release date of 2011 exclusively for the PlayStation 3. The story revolves around a boy who is trying to escape what seems to be the ruins of a giant castle. Along the way, he befriends a griffin-like creature called Trico. Now, the reason this game has had so much hype in the past is because it is made by the developers who created Shadow of the Colossus, which was a huge game back in the day when it came out for PS2. It literally was the benchmark of graphics on the PlayStation 2, and it was just one of the games to buy and play. So obviously you can understand that when Team Ico announced a spiritual successor to the game, that it was going to be extremely popular. But over the past few years, no one's really known The Last Guardian's true state. Is it alive? Is it dead? Is it still being made? What's going on? Are we ever going to get this game? And according to DualShockers.com, it's still alive. So Sony lost the trademark for it, but apparently it was unintentional. Apparently the people at PlayStation simply forgot to send in the necessary documents to continue the trademark onwards. So they petitioned for revival of the trademark, and the United States Patent and Trademark Office swiftly acted on it and just restored The Last Guardian to live status, whatever that means. So apparently this game is still alive. That does not, however, mean that the game is still being developed. The patent or the name The Last Guardian is still alive. However, that does not confirm that the game is still in development. But maybe there is hope yet. Maybe there is hope for The Last Guardian as an IP. Maybe it will come out on the PS4. Maybe it will be the PS4's trademark game, because I know sure as hell the Order 1866 isn't going to, because if you've all heard this week, that game is an utter flop according to most critics. But I'm not going to talk about that because that is not one of the tidbits I've picked for this week. Moving swiftly on to story number 2, and before I do that, I'd like to apologize for the phantom vibrations you've been hearing in the background. I left my phone on my desk and I feel like a right utter plonker. Moving swiftly on to story 2 for real this time. Exploding Kittens may just be the most successful Kickstarter campaign ever. I'm being deadly serious here. In fact, I'm being explosively serious. Now I've got that pun out of the way, we can get straight into the story. So Exploding Kittens is the most successful Kickstarter campaign ever. It has made over 8 million. Let's just put that into perspective. That is 8 with 6 zeros behind it. $8 million in total after its 31-day campaign, and that is just absolutely ridiculous. So if you guys don't know what Exploding Kittens is, I will give you a brief description of it. It is a card game where the last thing you want to do as the player is pull out a kitten, because if you do, you explode. It is as simple as that. If you pull out a kitten card from the deck, you explode. So you're pretty screwed in that respect. Except there are cards in there which you can use to prevent yourself from exploding, or to pass the kitten on, or to stop other people from using cards to prevent themselves from exploding because they've got a kitten. The game is actually quite complex and is comparable to the comedy and humor you'd find in the game Cards Against Humanity. In fact, I think this game will be the new Cards Against Humanity. I'm still going to play both, but I think Exploding Kittens is going to be the go-to game for most students and most cat lovers. Although you'd wonder why cat lovers would want to play a game where their beloved animal explodes into a million pieces and also kills the player in doing so. But hey, video game logic, guys. So Exploding Kittens has taken the top spot on the Kickstarter campaign leaderboard, only just taking over the spot from Ouya by $200,000. That's all it took, $200,000 measly dollars. So that wraps up this story. Exploding Kittens is the #1 Kickstarter campaign on the internet, and that is cool because everyone loves kittens, everyone loves cats, and everyone loves exploding things, hence why they keep piling money into Michael Bay films by going and seeing seeing them in the cinema. Transformers. The next story relates back to a story from last week about the Xbox One gaining a screenshot feature. Now, this news story is very short, but it is pretty awesome. So, it has been confirmed that the screenshots taken on the Xbox One with the new Xbox One feature are uncompressed images. So, when you post them to your social networking sites, you will get a full-blown high-resolution screenshot from your Xbox One, which is awesome. And it puts the PlayStation 4 to shame. Even though the PlayStation 4 has had a screenshot feature since its launch back in November 2013, when it posts its screenshots to Facebook or Twitter, the screenshots are extremely compressed and they look terrible. So this is a one-up that the Xbox One is going to have over the PS4. The PS4 may have had an awesome share system at launch. However, the Xbox One now has this one-up because it has taken the time to actually design the feature so that it works to its fullest. And I think this is awesome. I think this is Microsoft taking their time to make sure that when they bring out a feature or a new feature for a console, it is perfect. And I'm glad they've taken the time to do this, as many others are too. So if you want to check that one out, the link's in the description to some of the awesome screenshots that have been posted on multiple forum sites. The next story also concerns Microsoft and their Xbox service. Now, this one concerns Microsoft being generous towards their Xbox owners, and there is a reason for their generosity. The reason for their generosity is because they let a developer, one they specifically own, release a game that was technically broken. Now, we all know about broken games, Assassin's Creed Unity, but this game was very hyped, and it promised 4 HD games on one disc, one of them being an HD remake and completely remastered, all of them being able to run in 1080p at 60 frames per second. It also promised over 100 multiplayer maps and all the multiplayers from those 4 games, and the multiplayer would work. They promised that the multiplayer experience would be phenomenal, and unfortunately they failed. Of course, the company I'm talking about is 343 Industries, and the game I'm talking about is Halo the Master Chief Collection. Oh how this game disappointed me. And why? Because they had one job. 343 Industries had one job, and they failed to do it. All they had to do was ship a game which had all 4 Halo multiplayers on one disc, all working and all playable from launch. And what did they do? They released a game with a broken multiplayer, servers that decided to work when they wanted to, and left a lot of Halo fans very disappointed. Now, to make up for this, if you bought Halo the Master Chief Collection and played it between the 11th of November and the 19th of December, you will receive 1 free month of Xbox Live. And not only that, the more awesome news is that Halo 3 ODST will be coming to the Master Chief Collection in 1080p at 60 frames per second. Now, this is awesome news because for me, that was my favorite game of the Halo franchise. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, whoa, hang on a second, what about Halo 3? I'm like, yeah, Halo 3 was cool, but Halo 3 ODST was different. It was awesome. I loved it. Don't judge me. But that's besides the point. The cool news is that Halo 3 ODST will be added to Halo the Master Chief Collection, which is a bit weird, really, because Master Chief wasn't in Halo 3 ODST. So does that mean we could see Halo Reach added to the collection in the future? Is it going to become the Halo Collection instead of the Halo Master Chief Collection? Because there is no Master Chief in Halo 3 ODST. Questions, many questions. However, the cool news is that you will be getting 1 free month of Xbox Live Gold and Halo 3 ODST if you played the game between the 11th of November and the 19th of December. So this is awesome, and it's a great way for 343 Industries and Xbox to say sorry to the loyal fans who went out and bought that game on day one, me being one of them. So thanks guys, we really appreciate the fact that you appreciate us, and you guys can find out more about that by using the link in the description below. So the final story of this week's Tidbits concerns episodic games. Now, there have been a lot of awesome episodic games come out over the past couple of years, and they are all the rage. Telltale being one of the biggest companies to flagship this genre of game, with games such as Tales from the Borderlands, Game of Thrones, The Walking Dead, The Wolf Among Us, and Dontnod have recently come in with their new edition, Life is Strange. But there is a new edition on the horizon, and it is coming from Spiral Spiral House, and it is called the Troll and I. Spiral House is known for the development and assistance of the MotorStorm series, games like Silver and PlayStation Vita Pets, and they have announced their new game Troll and I. It will be set in the 1950s in northern European landscape and will be a third-person action-adventure game divided in episodes. The story is described as, after a disaster destroys his village, a young boy named Otto is forced to run, leaving his family and friends behind to fend for himself in a harsh, demanding landscape. But in the midst of the chaos and from the desire to survive, Otto befriends a troll. Together they embark on a journey that explores the friendship and emotional depth of human and beast as they trek across a devastated landscape that has concealed many secrets. Until now. Now, if that doesn't sound intriguing, I don't know what does. As you can see up on the screen at the moment, there are a few screenshots from the game. There isn't much more information on this game. All we know is that it is coming out for PS4, Xbox One and PC, and is set for a Q4 of 2015 release. So we have that to enjoy in this sort of Christmas holiday period, and I'm looking forward to this. I like episodic games, and I think this could be quite interesting. It'll be interesting to see how this story develops over the episodes, and I think this could be a good addition to the episodic genre, so we'll just have to wait and see on more information about that. Hopefully we may see it at E3 or maybe even GDC, which is coming up at the end of this month. So that story wraps up this episode of Carbon's Tidbits for week 8 of 2015. I hope you've enjoyed the tidbits I've thrown at you today. If you have enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a like. Also go and check out my new series. It's an Assassin's Creed Let's Play that comes out every Saturday at 5 PM GMT. Also don't forget about the Lego Marvel Superheroes Let's Play that comes out on Thursday every week at 7 PM GMT, and don't forget to come back next Sunday at 2 PM if you want some more of my tidbits thrown in your face. Until the next one, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. If you did, give it a thumbs up and a like. Don't forget to subscribe for more weekly content and follow me on Twitter at CarbonShadowYT. As always, I've been CarbonShadow. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Have a good one.